Good morning, guys. I'm just going to actually show you a couple examples of your activity that you're going to do today. So your activity today is still over your linear equation. So remember that those are written in y equals mx plus, that's supposed to be a plus sign, sorry, plus b, okay? So this activity here, so the first equation on my IXL is y equals x plus 4. And then it wants us to complete the table and then choose which of the graphs match this equation and this table. Okay, so essentially all I need to do is these are all my x values that I'm going to plug into this equation here. So my first x value is 2. So I plug instead of x, I'll do 2 plus 4, which I know is going to give me 6. So my first point is 2, 6, and then 3, 7. And if I check these, if I add 4, 3 plus 4 is 7, 4 plus 4 is 8. And then this last one, I'm going to plug in 5 for x. So 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, now I come down and I check these tables. So when I go over 2 up to 6, that point looks good. Then my next point is 3 over to 7. So go over 3 up to 7. That looks good. So far this graph looks good. So let's double check with this one. So if I go over 2 up to 6, well, I'm not on the graph. So therefore I know that this one is not my correct graph. Okay. Then for this next problem here, again, it's y equals 4x. So that means y equals 4 times x. So my first problem here, I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to do 1 times 4, which I know is 4. For the second one, I plug in the 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. Then I come down here and again, I check these points with these graphs. So when I go over to 1, am I at 4 here? Looks like it. Then when I'm at 2, I go over, am I at 8? Looks like it. When I'm at 3, which is in between 2 and 4, am I at 12? Yes. If I go and check it compared to this one, when I go over to 1, I am not at 4, I'm at 1. When I go over to 2, I am not at 8, I'm at 3. So I know then that it's this first graph here. And I'm going to click submit. Okay. Then this next one here, y equals, and that just means 1x minus 3. So that means that I'm going to plug in each of these x values and take away 3 from it. So 3 minus 3 is 0. 4 minus 3 is 1. 5 minus 3 is going to be 2. And 6 minus 3 is 3. Then again, I just check these with my graphs. So when I go over to 3, am I at 0 here? Looks like it, because this would be 0. And then my next point, when I go over to 4, am I at 1? Yes. When I go over to 5, am I at 2? Yes. Compared to if I look at this graph here, when I go over to 3, my point here is at 1. So I know it's going to be this first graph here. Okay, so that's all you're doing on all of these is you plug your x value into your equation to find your y value, okay? And then you select the graph. So you check, essentially all of these are x comma y points.